Alright guys, this will be the best meat pie and homemade pizza pockets recipe you will ever see. Alright, let's get down to it. Screenshot this this recipe and then write it down. It's not that complicated. I know it looks a little bit complicated, but it's actually not that complicated. So this is what I did. I got a can of Pillsbury flaky buttery buns, and I had a box of Pillsbury pie crust, 1 pound of ground turkey, 10 slices of salami, and the little bit of mozzarella cheese that we had left in the bottom of the bag. 1 onion, 6 cloves of garlic, frozen vegetables, chopped, okay, into a bowl. Now, in a separate bowl, I put all the spices, which you'll see me doing. It was roasted garlic, red pepper, chili powder, garlic powder, salt, pepper, turmeric, paprika, and sugar. That's it. And that's in a separate bowl. That's for the meat mixture for the meat pie. Then in another bowl, I put 1/4 cup ketchup, 2 tablespoons of barbecue sauce, and 1 tablespoon of chili sriracha. And I mixed it up and I put it to the side. In the frying pan, I started with the meat first. I started frying the meat. I wanted to do it slow so I'd have time to do the pizza pockets. So at the same time I was doing the meat, I was doing the pizza pockets. So on a cookie sheet, I put parchment paper. I took out all of the flaky buttery buns. I split them in half. I started stretching them with a rolling pin. And then I would put the sauce that I made inside. And then I'd rip up 1 slice of salami, put it inside, then a little bit of mozzarella cheese, put the other half of the flaky buttery bun on top, and then I pressed down to seal it, and then I would put it on the parchment paper. And I did that 10 times, okay? Then I popped them in at 375 for 14 minutes. Then they came out, they were perfect. I put them on a plate and I wrapped them up so that they didn't get all weird and like dried out and whatnot. Now, in the frying pan with the meat, I put in a 1/2 cup of butter so that it would make like a sauciness, so that when I put the powders in, it would mix well and evenly. So until the meat was completely cooked, I had to keep moving it around in between doing the pizza pockets. And then as soon as I did like 3 or 4 of the pizza pockets, that's when I added the vegetables and I started mixing it together with the meat. And then after I was done 5 or 6 of the pizza pockets, I added in the powders and I mixed it up, and I turned down the heat so that it would just stay warm and not dry out the meat on me. So I kept it warm while I've finished off the pizza pockets. Then I put the pizza pockets in 14 minutes, and then I did the pie crust in the pie pan. First we greased it, then I put the first crust in and I shaped it the way I wanted it, and then I put the meat in and I evenly spread it around perfectly, and then I put the second piece of pie crust on top after stretching it, and then I sprinkled on top garlic powder because my husband likes that aroma that comes from the oven when it's cooking like that. So anyway, after the 14 minutes and the and we pulled out the pizza pockets, we then turned up the heat to 450 and we popped in the meat pie for 11 minutes. Now during this time, I waited until the pizza pockets were cool enough to move with a spatula, and then I used a spatula to move the pizza pockets onto a plate, and then I wrapped them with tin foil so that they would stay warm. And then after the 11 minutes, I cleaned up in between. As you guys know, I do that sometimes. I wash the dishes, I put them away, and then and then the pie was supposed to come out. So the pie came out, and then my husband decided to love on me because he was so excited for all the food. And so this is my recipe, y'all. This is my meat pie and homemade pizza pockets recipe, and it's the best one. Everybody loves it. Everybody loves my foods, okay? Everybody. I am just so happy I got that done for my baby. Now, tomorrow, I'm going to be making shepherd's pie, so you guys will be around for that. I'll give you the recipe for that one too, don't worry. Now, you have to realize that these recipes that I'm telling you right now, they're my own. I made these up. I didn't have like a recipe book or Pinterest post to come from. These are originally made by me. All of it. So these are my own homemade recipes for this, okay? And so I hope you guys really, really enjoy, because it is a budget-friendly meal, obviously, because we are very poor. So we have to do things differently, So these are budget-friendly recipes that I'm teaching you and showing you of what I'm doing. And I give you great descriptions, and I do a nice video here, which you can plainly see what I'm doing, exactly what I'm doing. And I made sure of that so that you guys could see how I done it, and maybe you might tweak it to do whatever you would do normally in this situation. I'm just showing you what I did personally to make the pizza pockets and the meat pie. Meat pie usually doesn't take long. It takes like 30 minutes, literally. The prep time, it takes about 20 minutes, and then 11 minutes ish in the oven. It's like a 30-ish minute dinner done, but I wanted to make something extra because my husband said that the meat pie disappears too quickly every time I make it because it's so delicious. So I wanted to make sure that everybody was full. So that's why I decided to do pizza pockets with the meat pie. I don't always do pizza pockets with the meat pie. I decided to do that this time because my husband said that he wanted more. He was going to be hungry after having meat pie, so I wanted to make sure everybody was nice and full. And he's right. The meat pie always gets eaten up way too fast, and so I had to make the pizza pockets. I had to. So this is what I did. You guys just saw me do it with the ketchup, the barbecue sauce, and the chili sriracha. I mixed it up. I put it in the bowl over there. Done. The spices are currently in that little brown bowl beside the orange bowl. And I'm just moving the meat around in the half a cup of butter that I put in there. And these are the salami slices. So I first made sure that they were nice and powdery so that they wouldn't stick to the rolling pin while I stretched them. And I only stretched them slightly because I didn't want to do like a huge stretch and then all of a sudden they rip when they're cooking. So I stretched them just a tiny bit. And as you can see, I ripped up the salami, put it in with the cheese, and then I sealed it up and I moved it over to the cookie sheet. Mixed around the meat some more every time I put one over there, I mixed around the meat so that the meat didn't stick together. I separated it so that it looked like ground meat. It was kind of difficult in the beginning because I was doing it slow cook, because I usually do a fast cook, but I didn't want to do that today because I knew I was doing pizza pockets at the same time, so I needed a little more time to do pizza pockets. So I turned the heat down lower than I usually do for heating up the meat, but it still worked out. Just fine. And as you can see, every single time I put a pizza pocket over there, I stir the meat so that the meat doesn't dry out, so that the meat doesn't stick together. I wanted it to be separated. Now, after the fourth pizza pocket, I believe, I put the veggies in. And I just really, really enjoyed making these pizza pockets because I haven't done anything like this in a long time, creative. And I felt inspired for some reason today to do it. So, and it's nice to do something nice for your family, right? So, and I wanted the boys to enjoy their food tonight, and apparently they're really enjoying it. So I must have did something right. And like I said, it's a budget-friendly, quick and easy dinner. Like, you can do pizza pockets on the side of a meat pie, and everybody's happy. Everybody eats. Know what I mean? And everybody's full. Sorry, I'm burping because I had some tea. It was my tea time. It's almost my boost time. Oy. And I had so much energy because I've been on my regular boost again, as you guys know. So why not use the energy to do something really wonderful for my family? Because I really, really enjoy baking and cooking, as you guys know. And I was really, really excited for my husband to taste the pizza pockets because it's been a long time since I've done something like this. And so when he came home, I had him help me with the pie crust, obviously, because I would have been scrambling. But I was glad that he was there to help me with the pie crust. Just open the pie crust. Help me out here. Butter the pie pan. And then he buttered the pie pan, and then I took the crust and I put the crust in there so that it was perfect. And then he wanted to help with the pizza pockets. So I let him help me with the pizza pockets. And yeah, see, I just stretch it just a tiny bit because it needs to fit in the pan, and sometimes it doesn't. So I had to fit it, and then I put the meat in there, and then I got the other pie crust and I stretched it a little bit, and then I did it up real quick, and then I left it on the side because I had to do the pizza pockets first. And then I was going to do the meat pie. And it turned out fine. Like, everything turned out fine. It was all good. I finished off the pizza pockets now. And then we popped them in quickly. And then it was time for the meat pie after the pizza pockets. Pizza pockets turned out so well. They smelled so good, y'all. Like, they smelled like pizza pockets. Real pizza pockets. And yeah, my baby really, really enjoyed eating them. That sauce that I made was delicious too, apparently. I got Johnny to taste it. He said it was really, really good, so good. It wasn't too spicy, because I did put chili sriracha in there, but I didn't want it to be super spicy, but I wanted it to taste like a pizza, you know? So I was thinking, what does pizza taste like? And I don't have any marinara sauce, so I had to kind of like make my own, if you know what I mean. This is how I made my own marinara sauce. Ketchup, barbecue sauce, chili sriracha, and it turned out well. It tastes like a marinara sauce, so there you go. You guys could learn a lot from me, right? I make my own marinara sauce out of ketchup, barbecue sauce, and chili sriracha. And it made it taste so good, like a pizza sauce. It even looks like a pizza sauce. Look at it. Nice and dark red like that. It was an inspiration that just came to me, man. I don't even know how it happened. It just, boom, happened. So, yeah. I think that was the last one. Was that the last one? Yeah, it was. Then I clean up my space. And then I put them in for 14 minutes. And I just clean up all the mess that I made. This is when I start cleaning after putting them in for 14 minutes, because I might as well do something to take up the time, right? So I just cleaned up the mess I made, tidied the area. I realized after the pie went in that, well, I'm going to have to clean up this area too now, because there's just too much stuff around here, you know? And where's the pie going to go? So I had to get the hot plate, coaster saucer thing out for the pie to go on after it comes out. I washed the dishes that I used for the pizza pockets so that there wasn't so many dishes. That's overwhelming for later when we're ready to start cleaning for bedtime. And then I just put all the other dishes in the sink. And I just moved things around and I just continued to clean. Like, I realized that certain stuff had to be done. So as soon as the pizza pockets came out, the pie went in, and then I started running around cleaning again, just to, kill some time, And then I took off my apron because there was no point in wearing it anymore, because he was going to take out the pie because my back was hurting. And so I did all the rest of it, though. I put the pizza pockets on the plate. I wrapped the plate with tin foil, cleaned up the mess, made sure that the kitchen was nice and tidy and perfect. So it was all done, all perfectly done. And I was very, very happy. And so just remember that the recipe, I'll post it in here again. Now, don't forget to screenshot this so that you have the recipe, okay? And follow the instructions. It's not hard. It looks hard, but it's not. As you can see, I did it in no time. It literally took me no time at all. And so don't even worry about like how long it'll take. Just start. You know what I mean? And it didn't take long. It took like, altogether, I think the whole thing took like 45 minutes. 45 minutes for both. So it wasn't even that bad. 45-minute dinner. That's pretty cool for like a Friday night. That's like a fast dinner. 45 minutes, y'all. And we had pizza, so it technically was a regular Friday night, you know? Most people like to order pizza on Fridays. Well, I made homemade pizza pockets on Friday because I decided to do a little creativity up in here. Because that's how I roll. I like to be creative with what I'm doing and bring a nice aroma through the house. The house smells like meat pie pizza. It just smells so good in here. There's so many different smells going on in here that the house just has this great aroma. And I'm just so happy with the smell. It's making me very hungry. I can't wait to have my boost. Oh, yes. Boys. What? Is Lucas done?
I don't know. Lucas, have you done your food? Put your dish in the sink.
And clean your placemats, boys. You know better than that. And yeah, so this is a really good recipe. It's low cost. You can do it on a budget, quick and easy, and everybody loves it. Everybody loves the taste. Everybody. And you can add whatever veggies you want to the meat pie. Like I just did frozen vegetables because I have like 3 different bags of 3 different kinds of frozen vegetables because, you know, I like to put vegetables in the things that I make, like pasta, fried rice, and meat pies, so that the boys don't know what they've eaten, so that they get some of that, you know, nutrients that they don't get because they don't like to eat vegetables. You know what I mean? So hide it in their food, y'all. Hide it in their food. They never know. They never know. And they eat it. They gobble it up like it's nothing, okay? It's like cake to them. They just, good, you know? And so, yeah. This was my night and my recipe. So I'll pop this up as a recipe video for y'all. And I'll add it to my recipe playlist if you guys have been looking in there. I have a lot of videos in there with recipes now. Screenshot them all and write them down. They're so good. They're so good and delicious. Love y'all. Later for now.